We're going to do a tier list. And this is not going to be a tier list. Have anything to do with ability, anything to do with merit, anything to do with accolades. This is going to be a tier list purely off of humor.
Okay.
I have the funniest players in NBA history, and I want you guys to help me put them into a tier list.
Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal.
See, this is very weird because peak Shaq was very funny.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
But his last 5 to 10,
Not great.
Maybe
been
we should
awful.
just keep this to peak though.
He's running back the hits every time now. He's really, really running these bits into the ground.
and not even his bits. He's trying to throw lobs to other people to keep the bit going.
Terrible passes.
But we should do peak for peak, though. At his peak, Shaq is one of the funniest players of all time.
Okay, we'll go S for Shaq.
Shaq has a case for the humor GOAT. Now, whether that humor is moral is to be determined. But to each their own. I'm not saying it's humor everybody should be looking to replicate. But he was funny.
It's humor that can only fly when you're 7'2", 300 pounds.
And also the best player in the world.
When you can't do nothing about it. Yeah, exactly.
When no one can check you, he's hilarious. Okay. Lance Stevenson.
Lance is a different type of funny, a generational type of funny. And also,
Generational?
yeah,
How many Lance Stevensons pop up in the league these days?
I'm just saying.
You just don't see it.
He has the it factor.
High peak, short time frame.
But that time
It was a
frame
generational
was
run for those
crazy,
3.5
though.
years in which he was the funniest man on the planet.
I think he belongs in A or B.
Blowing
tier.
in LeBron's ear is like the 2019 ring for Kawhi.
Exactly. Like you will never
That's
see
Damian
something
Lillard
like that
shooting
happen
over
again.
Paul George.
He did blow in another man's ear.
Yeah, we never see that type of defensive strategy
A tier.
ever before.
A
We
tier, I
never
don't
see
care.
it again.
I'll go A tier.
A tier.
A said A or B. I'm cool with A.
Yeah, this is an A tier funny guy. Let's shift to a different type of funny. Blake Griffin.
See, now
He's actually a comedian.
that's what I'm saying. He does stand up. He does this.
Yeah, but he does stand up. He's not like
I mean, he's not
a stand up.
He's not Dave Chappelle, but
Yeah,
like,
Of course.
but he be out here.
he's like family friendly funny. Like he's funny on screen. Like he can do in a lot of variety of mediums.
And you know what?
I think he.
That's needed. That's needed. Somebody needs to entertain the family. Blake Griffin does it.
Every
Yes.
audience must be spoken to.
It does. It does. Blake Griffin, honestly, A tier.
What? I think A's entirely too high.
A or B. Lance Stevenson's it factor is really special.
He can't. I don't think he can touch A.
Lance Stevenson's bag is limited, but he's the best at his bag. He's like Kyle Korver. He is the
You
best.
could put Blake Griffin in a movie, he'd be funny.
No, Blake is versatile.
That's what I'm saying.
Are we going towards a specialist of goofball funny in Lance Stevenson, who's the funniest goofball I've ever seen?
Yes.
Or Blake, who could do a little bit of everything and thrive in a lot of different
Yo,
areas?
Lance
The
Stevenson.
scalability. The
He's so
scalability.
scalable. He's
Who's
crazy
most likely
scalable.
to be a meme at the end of the day? Blake or Lance is gonna be Lance.
Blake
10
can,
times out of
Blake
10.
can contribute to any winning funny team. Lance Stevenson can take you to a championship.
He's scalable. He's portable. You can put him anywhere. Blake Griffin deserves to be an A.
I can't put him in
He
A.
also has some memes, right?
And we're buying in early. He's about to be on TV full time. He's about to skyrocket. So we're really buying in low. He's gonna take us to the moon if we really put our chips in
We
the right
might
basket.
have to
Let's
move
get
some
in
things
early.
around if you want to put him in A, but sounds like I'm outvoted.
We'll go A for now. I'm fine with that. Blake Griffin's hilarious. But keep in mind, all these guys are funny. So like, you gotta show some judgment pretty soon.
Don't get too comfortable, Blake.
Jimmy Butler,
Oh,
quite the humorous
he's
guy,
hilarious.
king of physical comedy. He's the most physical comedy guy in the NBA. Got the goth looks, the coming in with the weave.
One of the most creative, funniest guys in the NBA.
He loves a good bit. and he
Inspirational,
commits.
might I say.
I like that. However, is Jimmy Butler funny or is he just real? You know, I think like that might be the difference. He might just be himself. And while that may be a funny guy, I don't know if you could put him at S or A.
Okay.
I do love the commitment to the bit because that separates a lot of people. Not a lot of people want to cross the line to keep the bit going and to really dedicate
But is it
themselves
really
to
a
the role.
bit or is it just really him?
I don't know, but he is a method actor.
Yeah.
And so for that, you do want to give him props. But like you said, we need discernment in this tier list.
Yeah.
We need to start putting some people with BC. I'm thinking B for Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler gives you a 30 a lot. He's not out here scoring 60-point games. He's not out here winning MVPs. He's consistent. He's reliable. He will be a contributor. The highs aren't quite there, though. I'm cool with C.
C. Okay.
Or B. Again, I'm trying to show
I think
discernment.
B. I think B is fair for Jimmy Butler.
I think there's a lot of people above him that will be in between some of the guys we've seen so far. I don't think C is out of the question.
Okay, he can be potentially movable, but C's a okay.
We'll start
place.
with C. We'll see how it shakes
Yeah.
out and we'll revisit.
We're gonna reshake so much shit. It's
Okay,
hilarious.
here's one. Draymond Green.
A or S.
Draymond
Sorry,
Green is way funnier than Jimmy Butler.
S tier. He's funnier for the worst reasons imaginable.
You got to keep in mind, like some people are going to see this and be like, F tier, fuck him. But I'm like, that's why he's funny. He elicits that reaction. He is hilarious. He is the worst. I'll say that. He's also the worst, but he's hilarious in being so bad. He's so funny.
How do we parse laughing with you and laughing at you?
I don't think anybody's laughing at him. We're laughing in spite of how much we hate him.
When he starts shanking
I'm
in the
laughing
air,
at him.
you don't think we're laughing at him?
When he sets there's literally a highlight reel of him sticking his fingers in not one MVP, two MVP, but 3 different MVP level players' eyes, bro.
His fingers inside of MVPs?
Jokic, LeBron, and James Harden. He did that
I'm
in
sorry.
the highest stakes of the game.
If you could look me in the
Draymond.
eyes and say he's sticking fingers inside of people, he's S tier.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But we can go A tier.
S tier.
Again,
Fuck that S tier.
I just want to say for the record, we are laughing at him, not with him. And so I don't know how to parse that because some of these other guys, we're laughing with them.
So maybe there has to be a certain universal acceptance to hit S tier. Maybe he's A tier then.
Man, he just fed us too much content that we've laughed at before.
So maybe he's just so transcendent at playing his role that he can go to S tier.
So is that
I think
what
it's
it
S
is?
tier.
No one's ever been the butt quite like he's been the butt.
It's ultimately just about the body of work that you've put out.
Yes, and his body.
We're rating the discography. He's got a few classics in there.
The
he
illegal
does.
screens, you even tap into that. There's a whole
the flops.
library of content that he's given
Bro,
us.
the simple amount of dick kicks he has are hilarious. Like it's a hilarious thing to have that many.
Stabbing,
we'll go
putting
S
Rudy
tier.
Gobert in a chokehold. Watch next
Yeah.
week if they end up playing when they play probably the Minnesota Timberwolves. Cinema.
Okay, I'll say this. Because we're doing that, I do think we have to drop Blake Griffin down to B.
I agree with you.
Why?
I think the body of work that Draymond has shown and even the body of work that Lance has, Blake, you see the potential and you know that he can do it, but he only has 2 albums where these other guys have like 4 or 5.
I think you're underestimating Blake's impact to the game, though.
Yeah.
I know, but that
Blake, the podcaster, has left his mark.
Yes, but that's podcasting. We're
but
talking about what you
that's
did
all
in
for
the
two
in the
things.
court
No,
too.
we're
like
talking
in
about
your prime
everything.
days.
That's all
We're
for 2
giving,
albums.
we're giving Shaq credit for the TV career. Everything matters. These are funny guys. Now, these aren't players. They're multifaceted. I want you to give respect to the duality of
Shaq
man.
is different though because I learned something new about Shaq every other day. Like just the
I can
last
te-
time we
I can-
talked about him,
I can teach you some shit about Blake Griffin.
I learned that Shaq walked around the locker room backwards, bro. Naked. Like I learned something new about him.
He walked around backwards.
Yes, something new about Shaq every day.
I'm
So
not comparing
he's
Blake to
remarkable.
Shaq. I'm not saying you should be S tier.
But I'm just saying to Lance, Blake might have to be B.
Yeah, Blake. Just the body of work just is not there.
What happened to
just yet.
scalability? What happened to respecting the versatility of Blake?
I just
fine.
need to see it a little.
B's
a little
not
bit more, I
bad.
guess.
You guys are so stupid. Charles Barkley,
S tier.
Easy.
funniest guy in NBA history.
Yeah.
Potentially. He's on the Mount Rushmore.
Who competes? I feel like it's easily. He is way funnier than Shaq.
Oh,
There's somebody on this list.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
I don't
somebody
know
on
who-
this list.
I don't know who
Charles
that
was
is,
funny
but-
on the court, funny in quotes, funnier on TV, funny in commercials. Triple Crown. He does it all.
Yes. So he's S.
Dude, he's funny in real life. He tried to kick me out of a TNT party like 2 years ago.
Oh, we have a funny Charles Barkley story. I guess we can't tell it. Anthony Edwards.
He's getting up there. But also another question: is he funny or is he just real?
No,
I think his
funny.
realness is the funniest shit in the world.
Yeah.
He is 1,000% real, and he's funny as fuck for it. He doesn't even try. The
Bare-
effortlessness of his comedy peak.
It's just him. Bare minimum, he's reached A tier category. Bare minimum.
I'll say that. Yeah. He's only been in the league for a couple years. So we're still building the portfolio. But you see the talent is there. You see how high the highs can get. A tier is good right now.
He shot that bitch from Yucatan. Only a real comedian would say that. Only the funniest guy in the world would say that.
I guarantee you, he didn't even know Yucatan was a real place before saying that.
He just said some shit,
Exactly.
and it works
And it landed.
effortlessly.
I feel great about him being he's a true A tier player right here.
Yeah.
Jeff Teague, the historian, the rookie of the year to the podcasting game, has thrust himself into the comedy limelight.
Listen,
It's tough.
I don't know if it could be overstated, but I think Jeff Teague might be rookie of the year and MVP in the same year.
Ooh,
I think the run that Jeff Teague has been on in the last year, one of the funniest runs that we've seen. Every story, he has a story for every situation. Every one of them, regardless if he is in a good light or a bad light, it's been told.
yeah.
And the punchline hits every single time.
And he's real. His realness is funny, just like Anthony Edwards. This is an A tier guy.
Yeah.
Again, generational shit right here from Jeff Teague. I agree.
His career is off to an amazing start.
Yeah.
Again, we need a couple more albums, but it's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis. How do the dad jokes move you?
Put him in F.
D tier.
F?
Put him in F or D.
No, I'm putting him in D tier. I think Giannis thinks he's funny, but I don't think everybody else sees him as that. However,
He's the Elon Musk of NBA humor.
However, there have been some Giannis crash outs that we've seen that have been hilarious.
Him fighting over the ladder and shit last year.
Him and Oscar Sheba fighting over the ball. That's hilarious. So he's funny in like you're being stupid way, not like your jokes are funny way.
Yeah.
Did you see the way he held Benedict Mathern's neck the other day?
Yeah.
You're not my father.
Tony Soprano.
Why are you holding my neck like
Yo,
that?
how he's towering over Tyrese Halliburton's dad. Looks like he's about to decimate him. He looks like a goddamn transformer in that picture too.
So he's a goofball funny, no self-awareness, but his jokes don't land.
Yeah.
D tier?
D.
Damn, this is the most insulting placement I can imagine on this list.
Yeah.
Josh Hart, another podcasting specialist, showcasing his humor.
I think he could be solid B.
Got some famous GIFs,
Some famous tweets.
some famous tweets,
Yeah.
some milk-related tweets.
He is a milkman. He's actually not a milkman, but he is.
Yeah.
Shout out. But
Duality.
I think he belongs in B, same tier as Blake Griffin. When it comes
I don't know though.
Really?
I think it's C.
I'm thinking C. He's building his portfolio right now. Now he is kind of versatile because he has funny memes on the court. He has funny stuff off the court as well.
Hilarious stuff off the court.
So you do have that balance.
Here's the thing, though. We're looking at a guy who is part of a dynamic duo, and we're looking at him without his twin.
Here's
him
a
and
guy-
Jalen Brunson, that's a special combination. Funny duos list, A tier.
But it's clear as day, though. He is the face of that duo.
Yeah, everyone has their yin and yang, though. Everyone has their dynamics. Everyone
right.
needs the other person. This is Draymond and Steph Curry. They get the best out of each other. As a solo entity, I think C's fine.
That's fair.
Okay. I feel good about C.
Every goofball needs a straight man to play off of. Ron Artest.
Ron's not funny. He's just scary. Like,
and it's not even like goofy scary, too. It's like, oh, he might kill a man on the court.
yeah, like he'll make you laugh, but it's a very tentative like.
Yeah.
You're laughing, so you're not next on the hit list.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going F.
You're laughing at a self-preservation.
I'm going F for Ron Artest.
He belongs in F. He belongs in F.
Actually, no. We'll go D.
Why D?
Bro, he's he named himself the panda's friend, and you're gonna look in the face and say he's not funny?
That's just.
That's just goofy. It's not funny at all.
And so now we're above laughing at goof shit. Now we're too cool to laugh at goofiness?
That was
In
serious
terms
stuff.
of this list right here, yeah.
He was on a journey of self-discovery, and that's very near and dear to his heart. So I'm gonna go D because also I'm saving F for somebody else on this list. So.
Okay. Kevin Garnett, the meanest man in NBA history.
Off of intensity alone, A tier.
Another guy who he got off the court, picked up a mic, and he just spewed the funniest things you've ever heard for years on end.
It's the intensity in which he lives his life is so comical because it's like, how can you be this hyped up all the time?
And I think I hit him with lateral movement. That's the 2011 Dirk ring. That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. That low-key S tier.
Between that and him mispronouncing equivalent,
Forget about
you got
that.
it. You
Yeah,
got
he's
it.
S tier for
You
sure.
got to run.
I hit him with lateral movement. He's hilarious.
Man. All
Yeah.
types of funny.
Richard Jefferson.
Listen, Rich Jefferson, pioneer. A lot of the funny guys in the league, they don't know how to translate to the new generation of funny. Richard Jefferson has made that crossover insane.
Multi-generational humor. Okay.
Multi-generational, multi-platform. He's funny in the studio. He's funny online. There's a lot of stuff that you can point to and say his game is like that. I think because of the generations and because of his body of work, he's put out a lot of albums in a short amount of time. I'm going S tier for you.
Yeah.
Oh, S tier.
I don't know about S tier. I think it's a little bit too much.
I was thinking
but
B.
Yeah, I think B is. I was going to say B as well.
those videos on TikTok where like they'll play the clip and then it's just like the big boom where it's like dun, like right after it. You can have so many of those with Richard Jefferson moments.
I think B tier is fair. I think he does have the
surprise.
ceiling of the guys above him, but the consistency, the multi-generational, the longevity.
Yeah.
B tier feels good to me.
Exactly. You can't show me another 50 or 45-year-old or however old he is on TikTok doing this thing consistently.
50,
bro.
goddamn.
Yeah,
He is not 50.
45, whatever.
That man
it is.
might be 42. Maybe. He's not that old.
Official guess right now. How old do you think Richard Jefferson is?
44,
44.
actually, because I
Damn.
forgot he played some years in college. He wasn't a winner.
45.
45.
44.
He is 44.
I know everything. Vernon Maxwell.
It can't be S or A though. It can't be because his type of funny is very limited.
It's very niche.
Yeah, he is only a home player. He can't convert his skill set to any other area.
But
he's
listen,
a specialist now. He's a 3-point specialist. That's what he is.
But listen, man, if you hate Utah, like I hate Utah, funniest guy in the world. For the Utah haters, he is the best.
His
He
game
just
isn't
versatile. It just relies on tweets. That's it.
Some people are funny on Twitter. What's your point?
Nah, it's not even that. It's so
Utah based?
yeah. Yeah.
It's one dimensional.
Once we get into the playoffs and I'm able to game plan for you and I can take away your strengths
That's
and
the
limit
thing.
them
Once
down.
I nuke Utah, you have no more.
Put him in a
jokes
room
left.
full of all these guys. He's probably on mute the most.
Oh, I think
for the sake
No,
he
no,
doesn't
no.
have
okay.
much.
You have a bad read
I
of him.
disagree with that. However, I will say you put him in the Eastern Conference. How does he fare? Right? He's a Western Conference kind of player, especially with the Utah stuff. But his stories, and because he does talk about stuff other than Utah,
Yeah.
and the hit rate is pretty high.
Was
But
everything in C?
I'm going B.
Okay. He's quite funny.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
S.
This is what I was saying. If there's anybody who's gonna make an argument, a fight for the funniest NBA player of all time, it's LeBron James.
Yabba dabba do, Old Navy.
Him versus Charles Barkley, I think is 1-2 in terms of funniest NBA players of all time.
Damn, Bart,
Totally
my
different
bad.
styles. It's clash of styles. It's jokes versus whatever we call LeBron, his lack of self-awareness. That's hilarious. Whatever the differences are in skill sets, they are both equally impactful.
One of the greatest of all time on and off the court. Put him in S. No surprise here.
Bro, he put on Wendell Carter Jr.'s glasses. His goggles in the court.
Why would I do that?
This is an S tier human. Hilarious.
He said, first of all, happy International Women's Day.
Have we thought about putting out the album and afterwards giving some more and saying, here go two more. I want to thank you for going on this ride with me. Here go two more for you.
Yeah, that's my goat, man. That's my goat, man.
He invented the deluxe album. He is a comedic genius.
And even at 41, he's still putting out hits. The video from the other day, flopping, looking up, 10 out of 10.
Here go two more for you.
Stories on stories on stories. Put him in S.
I want to thank you for going on this ride with me. Here go two more for you. Patrick Beverly.
F tier.
F?
F tier.
Yeah.
Nah.
Damn.
Well, hold on.
No, because you
That
try
moment-
too hard, and that's your problem.
No,
That's your
that
problem.
moment though, where he was up against during his Lakers days when he was
That
up
is true.
against
With the camera?
the Boston Celtics and picked up a fucking camera and put it towards the ref too. Hilarious.
You're not even talking about the funniest moment. When he won a playing game and jumped up on the scoring table. And went, ah!
Brother, that's another one. He might have a catalog.
He has a catalog. He has some hits. He's like that artist that put out a lot of bullshit at the beginning of their career, a lot of bullshit in the back end of their career, but they caught a window, which they put out a couple classics when they have some Pretty Girls Love Trap music, a couple hits in there. They're like, whoa, I didn't expect this coming after where you started.
First of all, you disrespecting 2 Chainz with that. I don't appreciate that.
Some unexpected hits. And you didn't
But it is true. So, yes, we have to go see.
Okay.
C's cool.
Gilbert
Because
Arenas.
what the hell was So Help Me God? Like, that album was so
Oh my
bad.
gosh.
This man made his whole called quarantine thing. It was
Oh my
it was
God.
disgusting.
Gosh.
Quarantine thing is ridiculous.
That's his primus wax.
Gilbert Arenas. Last name on this list.
He's not sniffing S or A. It's not. I don't think he's A tier.
This is a hard placement.
Yeah, his range is crazy.
It's quite funny. I don't have a good feel.
But what type?
But
He said
sometimes,
some wow. I think he reaches a lot of the times, dude.
Yeah, sometimes he gets a mic and he's saying a lot of jokes, rattling him off, and occasionally he'll just be like, also, I hate Europeans.
Yeah.
I think we kind of have to go C tier because the some of the swings that he takes are just too big of swings, and you end up looking silly. You end up taking a swing and spinning around,
Yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
I can't have that in the bottom of the ninth, and you out here looking goofy.
And it's
swing for the
and he
fences.
thinks he's cooking too. You're right. Me personally, that might be F tier. F tier Zoo. You gotta use it.
Yeah,
No,
like,
it's not
you swing
F
for the
tier.
fences. He makes contact, but instead of clearing the fence, he lands over in xenophobia, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Swing and a
That's
miss.
you're crossing the line for me.
Fuck.
buddy.
Yeah, this C tier works for me.
I think he's F, but
I don't know.
Nah, F is crazy.
And here's our tier list. Our funniest guys of all time, top 5. Let's move one down. Let's say it has to be Mount Rushmore. I think Draymond Green easily goes down then, right?
Yes.
what?
Actually,
No.
no. KG actually might have to go.
Okay, never mind. We're not moving anybody
No,
down.
I think Mount Rushmore.
The top 5.
Yeah,
Our
sorry.
5-man Mount Rushmore is Shaq, Charles Barkley, Draymond Green, Kevin Garnett, and
who
LeBron.
is four? So it is between Draymond and KG 4-5.
I'm not demoting Kevin Garnett. Are you crazy?
It's tough.
Are you crazy?
It's tough.
That's a
real
tough?
conversation.
I'm just saying we're gonna keep all 5, but top 3 is definitely LeBron, Shaq, Chuck.
Yes.
4-5 is definitively them two. Okay. Yeah, I think I would put KG in 5.
Not me.
The clip of Draymond falling on the ground, running up, sprinting full court just to tackle KPJ.
Yeah, for no reason.
I forgot about that.
Classic, bro.
That's elite.
He belongs in S tier. You try to
that's
demote
elite.
him? What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about?
Stupid.
He's sprinting.
He's a ridiculous man.
He had no thoughts in his mind just to run. Bro's battery died.